Hello, YouTube. This is Live for Everything, Die for Nothing, or Tomo, to me mates, Matizula. Doing a video response to Smuzno. Why do we collect and complain about it? Now, I suppose it all leads down to why I started collecting, or why I collect. I suppose I've always been a collector, even from when I was a small child. Like, you know, my first love was He-Man. That was the first sort of thing I started collecting when I was a little nippy. Loved He-Man from as soon as I saw it on TV, and anytime we went out, I would pester the parents to get me new figures, or, you know, if I'd done particularly well in school or something, if I would got a treat or something. What do you want? He-Man figure. Amassed quite a big collection, you know, with Christmases and birthdays and family members buying here, there and everywhere. Got a massive collection. And then that was, so I sort of, it was around the time when He-Man was losing popularity, not on TV as much. I think they'd stopped making the figures. And Transformers sort of took over from that. The cartoon was being shown on Whack-A-Day about for 5 minutes, and then it was trips to the video shops, seeing if we could find, you know, Transformer cartoons or anything really. And again, it was birthdays, Christmases. If I'd done well at school, you know, I'd get a new Transformer. On the child, spoiled. And even after that stopped, you know, when I was sort of, by the time I'd gone to secondary school, I stopped playing with toys and was more interested in girls and cars and stuff. So the toys got put up the loft. At which point, my parents gave away my He-Man collection to a young boy who, I think he'd lost his parents and he was living with his grandparents, or I'm not 100% on the story. I was only 10, 11 when they told me they were doing this. But anyway, he was living with his grandparents for whatever reason, and I gave him my entire He-Man collection. If I knew back then what I know now about how much certain things go for, I would have talked my parents out of doing it. Even though I'm sure the young lad got hours and hours of fun out of them, I'm quite sure they're all, you know, in a you know, a tip somewhere. They were thrown away years and years ago and been crushed or turned into something else. Anyway, I still had the Transformers. I wouldn't part with them. I think I do love Transformers more than more than any other sort of thing I'm interested in. I like a bit of everything, nostalgia, but it's always been Transformers for me. And I didn't part with them. Them got stored in my mum and dad's loft for quite some years. It was in secondary school, and obviously, I don't want to play with them. I'm not a baby. I didn't touch them or do anything with them for quite some time. So they stayed in the loft for years. Now, I wasn't a destructive child. I did not break my toys on purpose or play with them to death. I looked after everything I got. Some things are damaged, like from excessive transforming, because they were like robot car all the time. But like I didn't collect toys then. My interests had shifted. I was more interested in films. So I had an extensive collection of VCR tapes, video VHS tapes, of movies that I'd seen in the cinema or on TV. I'd record films off from the TV. So I'd got a massive. I had loads of shelves in my room, and they were full of VHS tapes. Time moved on, it became DVDs. The VHS tapes got taken down and were steadily replaced with DVDs. So I'd got a massive DVD collection. I've got quite a big collection. They're all in a box somewhere now, because media is digital now. You can watch pretty much everything that I had is on Netflix or some other version of it, easily accessible through the internet. So them have all gone away. Now, what got me back into collecting was I suppose it was the movie, but it was also the birth of my son in 2005. Because obviously your baby's born and you're going to Toys R Us, which we did, and me and his mother no longer together or whatever. But you frequent Toys R Us, you're buying prams and car seats and fucking cots and all that sort of shit. No, I did love toys all the way through. I was obsessed with Transformers and collecting, and I had, like I say, I was very spoiled. And stop doing that. Have a drink. Oh, that's better. Yeah, so I was frequenting Toys R Us quite a bit, and me being me, wandering up and down the toy section for older kids, and I come across the animated. Well, first off, I think I spotted it was GoBots. There was like a kiddie friendly version of GoBot, and I'm sure it was made by Play School at the time, not the original GoBots. They were chunky ones for toddlers. Very, very similar to the Rescue Bots toys of now. And one of the first things I bought him, can't remember the name of it, but it looked like Sideswipe. It was a Ferrari-shaped car transformed into a robot. Don't know what it's called. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, that was the first thing that I bought for him, even though he was way too young for it at the time. So that was the first thing I bought. And obviously wandering round, I spotted, as they were doing reissues of the original G1 toys, and I was looking at the boxes thinking, wow, this is fucking brilliant. I used to have this one, and I was talking to his mum and like, geeking out, which I hadn't done for a very long time. I was, I've always been a nerd. I've never been like into sports or anything like that. Always superheroes and that sort of shit that I like. But I saw these reissues, very cool, in these fancy boxes, and I didn't pick any up, regrettably, because I had money too. I wish I had. Cheers. Finish with the tea, go on to the Jack. Lovely. Yeah. Because, I'm thinking, I'm too old for toys still. Years later, we had parted ways. I was living at home, again, in the loft, which there's quite a few videos of me in the loft. If you go back, not that many videos. I don't make videos. I mean, this is probably about 2 years since I made a video, but anyway, yeah. So I am living at home, and I'm looking for Christmas presents, birthday presents for Connor, Spot, Transformers animated. In particular, one of my favourite characters from G1 was Bumblebee. I have done videos about that as well. I bought him a Bumblebee figure and noticed on the packaging it says, as seen on TV, Transformers animated. To which point, after paid for it, I've come home, I've searched for it, found it, and acquired it from the internet. All above board, honest. Watched it and was blown back. I thought, wow, this is really cool. I wonder what else has been out there. More searching. And obviously I'm then buying animated toys for Connor. And I think he's about 3, 4, possibly 5. He can't transform him or anything, so he's coming to me, he's playing with the robot, and then he's giving it to me. Make it a car. So I do. And that is what sort of got me back into it. So why do we complain about it? It takes up a hell of a lot of money if you're actively doing it all the time, like, buying everything that comes out, which I now, in new circumstances, I cannot afford. So the collecting side for me has really, really diminished to the point of, well, it's near non-existent. I have to save for months and months and months, scratching around for change down the back of the sofa if I want to buy myself something. Because I've got a house, and I've got a mortgage with the house, and I need to put food on the table and pay bills and all that sort of shit. So I can't collect stuff anymore, really. which is fine, you know. But the reason I was collecting, I think it was probably depression. I'd buy Connor one, and then I would buy myself one. And first off, it was just a bumblebee. I bought myself a bumblebee. This one here, which I customised myself to make it more screen accurate. With repro labels and paint and all sorts. It's not particularly well done, but I like it, and it's mine, and I can do whatever the fuck I want with my stuff. So that was how I was starting, and when I first started buying them for myself, I was living at home in my mum and dad's loft, and I was working, and I didn't have any bills or anything other than the debts I accumulated from living with his mum, because she did leave me in a massive amount of debt. So after I'd paid that, and obviously I was paying to my mum and dad as well for letting me live in the house, but I was spending everything else that I'd got on toys, and it got massively out of hand. I was buying third-party add-on kits, fucking anything I could get my hands on. It started out very small. I was buying little things, and then I'd buy, say, what did I get? That's the first sort of thing I've got. I think I bought a Classics Optimus Prime, and then I think it was the Henkei one. Yes, it was. It was the Henkei one, and I bought that with the Henkei Megatron, and then I saw a review on YouTube of I think it was the G3 trailer from Fans Project. So it was the trailer for Prime. So I bought that. That was 80 quid. Plus shipping from America. And then I bought the, I think it was called Battle Roller. Another third-party figure. I bought that. I think it is one of my collection videos. Yeah, I was just buying fucking anything I could get my hands on that was Transformers related. I bought quite a bit. And to be honest, I've sold quite a bit of it off. I've swapped things as well with Gerard. The Galaxy Force Prime and the RID Prime. Yeah, so I swapped them for a Masterpiece figure. And that's sort of where my collecting has gone. Because I was collecting, oh god, if you go back and watch my videos, I'd got such a lot of the classics. Loved the classics line, but yeah, I'd got such a lot. I'd bought the what were they called? Device Label, Blaster, and Soundwave, and Ravage. I'd got loads of Perfect Effects, like the cassette bots, little tiny ones. There was the camera ones, and I'd just spent like hundreds and hundreds of pounds on third-party stuff, tiny little things, and it got out of hand. And I'd say it was depression. I was trying to fill a void. Yeah, it's definitely, well, depression. It's hard to get away from. I mean, I still suffer with it now, and my life's fucking fantastic. I still get depressed about stuff. It's like I say, it's hard to get away from. I mean, I've got a house. I've got a woman who loves me. That just baffles me because she's awesome, and I'm just a knob who collects plastic tat. But the thing I could have been spending on something else. Like I could have gone right off the rails, fucking spunked it up the walls on drugs and this, that, and the other. But I choose toys. Like I say, I've got a woman who loves me. I've got another baby, and another one on the way. So this lovely house is being sold, and we're getting a bigger house. So, like I say, the collecting is way on the back burner. I shan't be buying new things for a very long time. I love all the stuff that's out at the moment, but like I say, getting away from all that. People, why I was buying it is I was depressed, and I was trying to fill a void. It didn't work. The depression, it goes away temporarily while you're ripping something up and messing with it, but then you get it, you put it on a shelf, and you forget about it, and it's all about the next thing you buy. And that's how my eldest is. You get him a new Transformer, and he is, I love this Transformer, it's so awesome. And about 5 minutes later, if you come to him with another toy, another Transformer, he's like, and he's all about that one, forgets about the other one. And that's how some collectors are. It's like I say, he has got a toy chest full of Transformers, and he does rummage through them every now and again, and he'll pull out an old one. But 9 times out of 10, it's the latest ones that he's got that he plays with the most. And he's all about saving his pocket money and taking him to Toys R Us and buying the next piece of tat that catches his eye. It's mainly, he's got a few. The last one he bought was an RID toy that I'm not sure what the character's name was. It was looks like a porcupine in the show. I think that's what it is. No idea. It's the new show is watchable, but it's not for me. Yeah. So I'd say it's depression. Now, complaining about it, like I say, with the few videos that I've seen, people are complaining about it, about toys and this, that and the other. Oh, it doesn't do this, it doesn't do that, look how hollow it is. It's, you know, if the people are just on there saying, oh, this is perfect, nobody's going to watch. And you complain about it, and you want your 5 minutes of fame, or, you know, the attention that you get from, you know, people saying they disagree with you or whatever. Yeah. Let's have another drink. Anyway, like I say, for me, I'm not a massive complainer. I only really buy stuff that I like. Like at the moment, my thing is the masterpiece figures. Now, I haven't got very many. The majority of them sit on the shelf above me monitor. I can't really complain about them. There's nothing to complain about with the masterpiece figures. For me, they're pretty much spot on. Now, I haven't got all of them. I've not messed with Tracks, so I don't know what that figure's like. And Ironhide or Ratchet, not seen. You know, I can't afford to buy them. Yeah, so I can't say, but the ones that I have got, Grimlock, Wheeljack, Prowl, Bumblebee, Prime, Soundwave. I've got 2 of the Seekers, Smokescreen, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. I've modified the Thundercracker. No, the Skywarp to be more like the Thundercracker. How the leg transformation's different. Don't like them big screw things on the original mold. Well, it's not. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, and of all the figures that I've got, there aren't. Yeah, I don't need to complain about them. I don't make, well, like, I don't make a lot of videos, but the figures I've got, I like. Some people are good at complaining, like my good friend Gerard. He's very good at it. He has his opinions, and they are very funny, some of them. Like I say, they are a waste of money. You could do so much more with your money. But like I say, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. Right. And see you all